Tammy Slaton, who plays the role of the 1,000-pound sisters, has been growing increasingly vocal about her intention to leave Kentucky. However, does this imply that she will also be quitting the show? Without Tammy, who is 38 years old, it would be difficult to conjure up an image of the play. Tammy and Amy Slaton, who is 37 years old, are the protagonists of the unscripted series that made its debut in the year 2020. Tammy and Amy, who weighed a combined 1,000 pounds during the first season of the show, are the inspiration for the show's moniker. Since then, both of the sisters have undergone bariatric surgery and have also shed a significant amount of weight, which is the primary emphasis of the much-loved show. During the debut of 1,000-pound sisters in the year 2020, Tammy weighed a total of 608 pounds. Sammy was unable to maintain a diet or a fitness routine, despite the fact that her mobility was severely restricted and her quality of life had significantly decreased. Not only did she not succeed in losing weight, but she continued to put on even more weight. Within a short period of time, Tammy's weight reached an astounding 725 pounds. Following the terrifying experience that Tammy had with her health, she finally decided to make a change in her life and make a commitment to her mission to lose weight. In spite of the fact that Tammy was able to alter her physical appearance, she continues to be as obstinate as ever, which may cause her to leave the program permanently. The complicated living situation that Tammy is in. Before she underwent bariatric surgery, Tammy's mobility was restricted, and she required assistance with the activities of daily living. Her inability to bathe herself, feed herself, or drive herself around was a major limitation. Tammy needed a wheelchair, a walker, a ramp, and a specialty van with the seats removed so that she could sit on the floor. Even leaving the house was a significant moment for her because she needed all of these things. Due to the fact that she required continual assistance, she was unable to live alone and consequently became dependent on her family. Chris Combs, who is now 44 years old, was Tammy's brother while they lived together. When that didn't work out, she moved in with her mother for a short period of time, but it didn't last very long. After a disagreement with her mother, the star of Sisters, who weighs 1,000 pounds, ended up living with Amy. Tammy moved into the house next door soon after Amy Halterman tied the knot with Michael Halterman. This was done so that both Amy and Michael could assist her with her day-to-day requirements. After experiencing a health scare, Tammy decided to check herself into a facility that specializes in weight loss therapy. During the time that she was there, her house was broken into, and she completely lost all of her possessions. After she graduated from rehabilitation, she realized that she could no longer feel secure in her previous residence, so she relocated to a home that was owned by her other sister, Amanda Halterman, who is 43 years old. Tammy made the accusation that Amanda was a dishonest landlord. In the 6th season of 1,000-Pound Sisters, Tammy became quite angry with Amanda because of the condition of the house. Tammy claims that Amanda was a poor landlord who refused to perform repairs in a timely manner while she was in charge of the property. Chris was required to apply plastic film over a broken window in one of the episodes that Tammy was part of. Amanda has refused to pay for the window to be fixed, according to Tammy, who claims that Amanda's kid damaged the window while he was playing about. After a heated argument between Tammy and Amanda, Tammy stormed out of the room and informed Amanda that she would be leaving the premises after she had given her notice. In the presence of his family, Chris is never absent. Chris offered to give Tammy the house that he and his wife, Brittany Combs, had recently acquired. Tammy was in need of a place to live before Chris made the offer. The residence is located just adjacent to their own home. They intended to use the house as an investment property, but Chris came up with the idea of selling it to Tammy instead. The house was in need of a lot of maintenance, due to the fact that Tammy's tremendous stubbornness has produced difficulties with every other member of the family that she has lived with. There is a concern that she may also cause problems for Chris and Brittany. Motives behind Tammy's desire to leave Kentucky. Since the beginning, the Slatons have always been a very close-knit family. While this can be a beautiful thing, it also has the potential to have some negative consequences. Although Tammy adores her family, the star of the 6th season of Sisters, who weighs 1,000 pounds, yearns for space and independence. The fact that Tammy is the one who wants to get away from everyone else is ironic, considering that she appears to be the one who is causing the majority of the commotion. The difficulty with Tammy is that she is very stubborn. It would have been sufficient for her to merely apologize to Amanda for being impolite to her, and she would have been able to continue residing in Amanda's home. However, Tammy's pride prevented her from learning to humble herself. Tammy's indestructible obstinacy would be the fatal defect that would bring to her downfall if she were a Shakespearean character. Instead of making an effort to resolve the situation with Amanda, Tammy places Chris and Brittany in a precarious position. In order to avoid having to let Tammy stay with them for a time, they need to hurry up and get the new house ready. Chris and Brittany are already residing in the same house as Chris's daughter and granddaughter, which means that the house is already completely occupied. When it comes to his family, Chris is always there for them, but Tammy is pushing his compassion to its very limit. It is easy to understand why Chris is apprehensive about the possibility that moving Tammy in could generate tension in his marriage. While Chris has a strong desire to be there for his family, he must prioritize his relationship with his wife. Does Tammy intend to leave the show? In spite of the fact that the Slatons spent their childhood in Indiana, they have now relocated to Kentucky, which is also the location where the show is filmed. It would be impossible for Tammy to continue appearing on the show if she were to leave Kentucky in order to be away from her family. Because of Tammy, the show would not exist, at least not in the format that it is currently presented in. We can only hope that Tammy will not allow her excessive stubbornness to permanently put a halt to the 1,000-pound sisters initiative. Although Tammy may have the desire to leave Kentucky in order to be away from her family, the reality is that she is still dependent on them. After undergoing treatment for her food addiction and undergoing bariatric surgery, the sisters' star, who weighed a staggering 1,000 pounds, is now 500 pounds lighter. Tammy became significantly more mobile than she had ever been before as a result of her weight loss, yet she still required a great deal of assistance with her day-to-day activities. Now that Tammy is able to fit into a standard car seat, she is able to drive, but she is adamant about not learning how to drive. A further illustration of Tammy's obstinate determination that prevents her from becoming entirely independent is the fact that she has refused to learn how to drive. The name, Ms. Slaton, Tammy, happy birthday. The 27th of July, 1986, 37 years old. Origin of life, Kentucky, Kentuck. Relationship status, loss of a spouse. The heaviest weight, 7.20 kilograms. Weight at the moment, 230 kilograms. Complete and total weight loss, 400 kilograms.